Donald Trump's marriages have been in the public eye for decades, and it sure doesn't seem like he minds that much. How about Melania? Divorce rumors, a possible affair, and an obvious absence. How did Melania react to Donald Trump's alleged infidelity? And does she really want to return to the White House? A lot of people have questions, so it's time to find out what is really going on with Donald Trump's marriage. Melania. Trump's marriage to Donald Trump is labeled transactional. During a discussion about Trump's ongoing New York hush money trial with CNN's Jake Tapper, Wolkoff remarked that she believed Melania's marriage to the former president was transactional in nature. I think people have to remember who Melania really is. There is no enigma. There is no mysteriousness, said the former senior advisor to Melania, according to HuffPost. Melania really is who she has portrayed herself to be. There is a strength within her that is unlike any other individual I have ever met. She does not care what others feel about her, nor does she feel she had to ever explain anything to the American people. Wolkoff explained that Melania and Trump's marriage is transactional in so many ways, with both parties gaining significant benefits from it. The Melania and Me Tell-All author elaborated on her thoughts about the marriage's transactional nature. She stated that by marrying the billionaire politician, Melania finally got to be the Vogue cover model that she's always wanted to be. Meanwhile, the marriage helped Trump as well, as he was legitimized as trying to get away from that whole playboy mentality that everyone wanted to characterize him as. She will not support her husband. Donald Trump in court. Wolkoff's conversation with Tapper continued as the news anchor pressed her for thoughts on whether Melania would attend a court session to support Trump in his ongoing New York hush money trial. Trump is accused of falsifying company records following his 2016 presidential election win to cover up an alleged $130,000 payment to former adult film star Stormy Daniels to silence her about an affair they allegedly had. I don't think we're going to see Melania Trump accompanying Donald to court, Wolkoff told Tapper. Melania is her own person, and when it comes to a marriage like theirs, which people are still trying to understand, she operates differently. I do not see her supporting him in this way because she is not someone who would willingly face humiliation in front of the cameras, she added. Everything Melania does is staged and meticulously planned. She won't put herself in a position where she's giving anyone the opportunity to say anything negative about her. The ex-aide released receipts of the former First Lady's reaction to news of her husband's alleged affair. Before their falling out in February 2018, Wolkoff and Melania were close friends, so close that the former supermodel felt comfortable sharing things with her over the phone without hesitation. Recently, Wolkoff shared a screenshot of a text conversation with Melania, illustrating how Melania appeared unfazed by news of Trump's sexual misconduct. In her post, Wolkoff asserted that Melania knows who she married and that she is complicit. I was extremely worried about Melania just hours before Donald's second presidential debate and texted her, "Are you okay?" Wolkoff wrote in the caption, referring to the initial text shown in the screenshot. Melania's response: "Hi, love. I canceled the interview tomorrow and wanted to know if I had time for lunch. She wanted to talk," she added. Wolkoff further commented, "It's an unconventional marriage, and she's complicit. Remember that Melania doesn't care what anyone thinks about her or Donald. She knows who she married, and so does he." The text exchange, dated October 10, 2016, indicated that they made several plans to meet up after Trump's allegations surfaced. Wolkoff also tagged the Manhattan DA in the post. Melania Trump was the brain behind her husband's locker room talk excuse. During Michael Cohen's testimony on Monday, he provided some insights into the relationship between the former president and his wife. Throughout his testimony, Cohen, who claimed to be the former president's fixer, shared several pieces of previously undisclosed information. One revelation was how Melania appeared to be the driving force behind Trump's strategy to handle the leaked Access Hollywood footage. In response to the footage becoming public, he instructed me to reach out to all my media contacts. Cohen informed the courtroom about Trump's reaction. He elaborated, "We needed to spin this, frame it as locker room talk, an idea that Melania had suggested. That's what Melania perceived it to be, and utilize that to take control of the narrative and reduce its impact on him and his campaign." Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Trump. The Trumps may insist their marriage is perfect, but the reality seems more complex. Former Mar-a-Lago butler Anthony Senecal inadvertently revealed a potential red flag in their relationship while trying to compliment Melania Trump back in 2017. Senecal described Melania as warm and caring behind closed doors. For example, she encouraged him to take time off to visit his terminally ill sibling. She said, "Tony, there isn't anything I can't get here. People will bring anything I ask for. You go be with your sister," he recalled. However, this kindness only applied when she was at Mar-a-Lago alone. She allegedly told him, "When Donald's here, you'll have to stay." Senecal claimed that Melania has to put on a cold, serious facade around her husband. "She just adapts," he told the outlet. "You don't know if she likes it or doesn't like it. This is his job, and this is my job to support my husband." Journalist and author Mary Jordan shared a similar perspective, noting that it's nearly impossible to get a sense of the real Melania because she projects such a carefully curated image. While working on The Art of Her Deal, The Untold Story of Melania Trump, a photographer aptly told her, "She's like a ghost. Everyone knows her, but nobody does." A high-profile absence raised questions about their marriage. Not only did the Trumps have a low-key and perhaps icy anniversary in the wake of the Stormy Daniels story, but they also raised some eyebrows when Melania suddenly dropped out of a planned visit to Davos, Switzerland, for the president's attendance at the World Economic Forum. In a statement to CNN, Melania's communications director cited scheduling and logistical issues as the reason for the First Lady's change of plans. So, what did Melania end up doing the day her husband landed in Davos? She visited the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, which, according to Google Maps, is just a 6-minute car ride or a 16-minute walk from the White House. While scheduling and logistical issues were the official reason given for her change of plans, the proximity of the museum visit suggests that rescheduling might not have been that difficult. This choice of activity, so close to home, further fueled speculation about the state of their marriage. What did Fire and Fury reveal about Donald's marriage? Michael Wolff's controversial book, Fire and Fury Inside the Trump White House, ignited a media frenzy with its alleged insider accounts of turmoil within the executive branch. During an appearance on Real Time with Bill Maher, Wolff revealed that amid the intense media scrutiny, one particularly juicy detail has been largely overlooked, an allusion to an alleged affair that Donald Trump is currently having. Wolff stated that he is absolutely sure of the infidelity, but he couldn't include the accusation directly in the book because he didn't have the blue dress, a reference to the conclusive evidence that exposed President Bill Clinton's affair with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. This insinuation by Wolff, a man with much to gain from the continued attention on his book, adds another layer of intrigue to the already sensational claims. Body language experts have some thoughts about their dynamic. The trend of media outlets hiring body language experts didn't stop with the inauguration. In fact, almost every time the president and first lady appear in public, you can count on a fresh round of experts being brought in to analyze everything from the distance they stand apart to the subtle ways they move. Interpreting how Melania Trump reacts, or doesn't react, to Donald Trump has become its own cottage industry, even though it sometimes yields contrasting conclusions. For instance, Elite Daily's coverage of a February 2017 rally, during which Melania appeared to flinch when Donald touched her arm, called on two body language experts to get to the bottom of her seemingly uncomfortable reaction. The first expert concluded that Melania was merely nervous about giving a speech, suggesting her reaction was linked to the stress of public speaking. The second expert, however, took a different approach, interpreting the flinch as a sign that there is no love there. The analysis of their interactions doesn't stop there. Media outlets frequently examine everything from their hand-holding habits to their facial expressions during public events. Some experts have pointed to instances where Melania's smile fades as soon as Donald looks away, interpreting it as a sign of underlying tension. Others have scrutinized their body language during formal events, suggesting that Melania's often reserved demeanor could indicate discomfort in her role or discontent in her marriage. Melania's top priority isn't her marriage, it's her son. It might come as a surprise to some, but Melania Trump is a hands-on mother. Back in 2006, while celebrating her first Mother's Day, she told the Palm Beach Post that having her son, Barron Trump, was a dream come true. "It's unconditional love," she gushed. "You can watch the baby, every move he makes. It's just amazing." Various sources have praised her parenting style over the years. In 2023, a source told People that Barron has always been her top priority. "She is a doting mother to Barron and very protective of him," they shared. "She has always put him first. She is a good mother." Melania herself echoed this sentiment in a 2015 interview with People, stating, "I like to be hands-on." She was adamant about not having a devoted nanny, emphasizing, "If you have too much help, you don't get to know your children." Donald Trump also noted, "Barron needs somebody as a parent, so I am with him all the time, given his frequent travels." Her dedication was particularly evident after Donald was elected president. Rather than rushing to the White House, she stayed in New York so Barron could finish his school year uninterrupted. Once she did move, sources told The Washington Post in 2018 that while Donald started his mornings by watching the news and posting on X, Melania's day began with getting Barron ready for school and ensuring he had everything he needed. Melania's commitment to her son is clear, showcasing her hands-on approach and the priority she places on being present and involved in Barron's life. Melania holds her prenup dearly. In 2020, Washington Post journalist Mary Jordan made waves with her book, The Art of Her Deal: The Untold Story of Melania Trump. Jordan claimed that the real reason Melania didn't immediately move into the White House was purely strategic. After her husband's election, Melania seized the moment to demand an update to their prenup, ensuring more favorable terms for herself and their son, Barron. According to Jordan, Melania wanted written proof that Barron would be treated more equally in financial matters and inheritance compared to Trump's older 3 children. Melania's chief of staff, Stephanie Grisham, dismissed these claims, telling CNN, "This book belongs in the fiction genre." Fast forward to 2023, when Donald was ordered to pay $5 million to E. Jean Carroll, who accused him of sexual assault and defamation. Melania reportedly saw another opportunity to leverage her position. Sources told Radar that she threatened to renegotiate their prenup or even file for divorce unless Donald increased her monthly allowance and boosted Barron's inheritance. In return, she promised to support his 2024 presidential run. This really was a take-it-or-leave-it situation, an insider claimed. Melania was in no mood to negotiate, and Donald knew he had no chance of returning to the Oval Office without her. How Melania really feels about her husband's indictments. The first half of 2023 proved to be challenging for Donald Trump. In March, he faced indictment over an alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 presidential election. Come April, he pled not guilty to the resulting 34 felony counts. However, if he was expecting support from his wife, Melania Trump, he was disappointed. According to an insider speaking to People magazine, she doesn't sympathize with Donald's plight. Despite Melania's absence by his side in court and her silence on the indictment in public, Her office's official Twitter account urged news outlets to refrain from assuming they knew her feelings. They also issued a public statement, urging readers to exercise caution and good judgment in determining the accuracy of stories concerning the former First Lady. In June, Donald's legal troubles deepened with 37 federal charges in the classified documents saga. Once again, Melania remained silent. Sources informed people that she doesn't want anything to do with any of it. They emphasized her determination to move forward without being entangled in the legal battles, though she reportedly wishes for the charges against her husband to be resolved swiftly. She wants his legal team to fight this to the end and hopefully end the fight, an insider told the magazine. Meanwhile, another source informed Daily Mail she is focused on her family and stands behind her husband, as she always has. She's ready for Donald to be president again. Despite facing criticism during her time in the White House and not rushing to move in initially, Melania Trump hasn't closed the door on another term as First Lady. During her first sit-down interview since returning to Mar-a-Lago in 2022, Melania shared with Fox News that she actually enjoyed the political life. "I like Washington, D.C., she remarked. "I know it operates completely differently from any other city, but I really like it there, and I enjoyed living in the White House." She also expressed admiration for her husband's administration, stating, "To be the First Lady of the United States was my greatest honor." When interviewer Pete Hegseth jokingly suggested she might get to do it again, Melania playfully responded, "Never say never." Perhaps Melania had insight into future plans, as in November 2022, Donald Trump officially announced his candidacy for president once more. True to her word, Melania expressed her full support. "My husband achieved tremendous success in his first administration, and he can lead us toward greatness and prosperity once again," she affirmed to Fox News. "He has my support, and we look forward to restoring hope for the future and leading America with love and strength." Will they divorce or won't they? Despite enduring relentless divorce rumors, Donald and Melania Trump, who wed in 2005, have faced scrutiny over the state of their marriage. In 2018, former Trump aide Omarosa Manigault-Newman claimed Melania was eagerly awaiting the end of his presidency to file for divorce. Adding to the speculation, Melania's former friend, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, asserted in 2020 that their marriage was transactional. The following year, Melania's lack of support for her husband's political ambitions fueled further speculation as she expressed a desire to return home. Nevertheless, despite these reports, many sources argue that a separation is unlikely. They point to the couple's lengthy relationship and Melania's endurance through various challenges. Mary Jordan, author of The Art of Her Deal, The Untold Story of Melania Trump, expressed this sentiment, stating to The Guardian in 2020 that while their relationship may appear unconventional, it works for them. Acknowledging their frequent time apart, Jordan emphasized that both Melania and Donald are content with their independence. She believes Melania is one of the few people Donald trusts completely and suggests that Melania has actively supported him in achieving his goals. Despite their unique dynamic, Jordan suggests that there is a bond between them and that they established their terms from the outset. Did Donald really forget Melania's name? Donald Trump received an enthusiastic reception at the Conservative Political Action Conference in February 2024, with attendees showing overwhelming support as he took the stage. During his speech, he expressed appreciation for the packed audience and praised their admiration for Melania Trump. The mention of the former First Lady prompted a standing ovation and cheers from the crowd, to which Donald responded with delight, exclaiming, "Oh, look at that, wow!" and acknowledging the support, "Mercedes, that's pretty good." However, his use of the name Mercedes sparked immediate speculation among critics, who assumed he had intended to say Melania, but mistakenly referred to his wife by a different name. Media outlets quickly picked up on the incident, with even Joe Biden joking about it during an appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers, remarking, "He can't remember his wife's name." Donald Trump wasted no time in addressing the misunderstanding, releasing a video on X to clarify that he was actually addressing Mercedes Schlapp, his former senior advisor, who was present in the audience. He criticized the media for their dishonesty, stating, "These people are really dishonest. They make up things constantly." Schlapp also responded to the reports, sharing a PolitiFact article debunking the claim and dismissing it as the silliness of the fake news. Donald has a unique way of celebrating special occasions. Donald Trump has often publicly praised his wife, yet his way of celebrating special occasions appears to be rather unconventional if he chooses to acknowledge them at all. For instance, in January 2024, as the Trumps marked their 19th wedding anniversary, the former president seemed entirely focused on his defamation trial against E. Jean Carroll. Instead of tweeting about their milestone, Trump spent January 22 venting his frustration against Carroll, mentioning her a staggering 46 times on Truth Social that day, without a mention of his marriage. A few weeks later, on Valentine's Day, Trump once again took an unconventional approach to romance by turning a love letter to Melania into a fundraising opportunity. In an email sent to supporters, which later surfaced on X, Trump expressed his love for his wife and praised her unwavering support, stating, "Even after every single indictment, arrest, and witch hunt, you never left my side." He thanked her for her guidance and warmth, adding, "I wouldn't be the man I am today without you." Recipients were then encouraged to click a prominent red button labeled "Send Your Love," allowing them to send a personalized message to Melania while also donating money to his campaign. Melania seems to go along with Donald no matter what. Some individuals on social media echoed Stephanie Winston Wolkoff's portrayal of Melania Trump, suggesting that she is not a victim and is primarily focused on herself and her children. One commenter on X remarked, "She is in it for herself and her kids. She is not a victim." Another commenter expressed a similar sentiment, stating, "She doesn't really care about Trump's infidelity or Trump himself, and he doesn't care about hers. She's alluded to this, saying things like she's a modern woman. They both get what they want out of it. Transactional. Don't know how modern it is." Some speculate that Melania's motivation in the marriage is financial, leading her to overlook any questionable behavior on Donald's part. Winston Wolkoff's X feed has been filled with critiques of Melania, particularly in response to Melania's Mother's Day message, as Donald's criminal trial unfolds. One potential defense angle in the trial could be that any payments made to Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal to silence them about alleged affairs with Donald were aimed at protecting Melania from emotional harm rather than concealing information from the public. However, it seems unlikely that Winston Wolkoff would buy into such a defense strategy. The dynamics of Donald and Melania Trump's marriage continue to intrigue and provoke speculation. Whether Melania is truly complicit or simply navigating a complex relationship for her own reasons remains a subject of debate. As the saga unfolds, we invite you to share your thoughts. What do you think is really going on with Donald Trump's marriage? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content delving into the mysteries surrounding this high-profile relationship.